Okay, so we'll start the session. Welcome, Saurabh and Aniruddh. Uh, Dear students, this is a resume building session. The main objective of this session is that means you will understand how to improve resume for career which you are seeking, and you will understand where you are lagging and which skill you should learn for good placement. Okay. I just give a small introduction of these speakers. First, Saurabh Malusare. He is graduated from our college, from our department in 2017. He secured 27th All India rank in GATE. He did his M.Tech from IIT Bombay, and currently he is working in Enphase Energy as a software developer. And second speaker is Aniruddh Nilegaounkar. Again, he is graduated from our college from computer engineering in 2017, and he is working in Amazon Web Services as a software develop engineer. So we'll start. Sir, please, our HOD, Sapkar sir, will have some word with you. Okay, so Sapkar sir, please.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much. First of all, I'll welcome our eminent students, Saurabh and Aniruddha, for accepting our invitation on this particular topic. I'm quite sure students, second year students, third year students will get benefited from this particular workshop. Um, we have a strong rapport with our students. I'll not tell about the students. Those are our eminent students. So further, we expect such type of workshops for the betterment of our student, ACT, B, first year as well. So I'll request the eminent student to start this session immediately without wasting much time, because we have elapsed almost 10 years. We have started the session at 11 a.m. So I'll request Pokale madam to start the further activity.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll stop presenting now. And I request Saurabh and Aniruddha, you can start the session for student. Please, Saurabh.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. And thank you, Satpal sir and Poke, ma'am, for giving us this opportunity to connect with the current PVG students. So let me start by sharing my screen. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Can any one of you just unmute and tell me?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So basically, this is a resume building session, and it will be conducted by Aniruddh and me. I hope that you have got an opportunity to go to that Google form which we had floated and see the rough outline of what this talk will be. Being an ex-PVG student, we understand what you are going through right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, like what should we do, what can be done, and the main important thing is how can we do this. During our times, we faced a similar confusion, and what happened was that later in our fourth year or sometimes during our masters, we came to know a lot of stuff like, oh, we could have done this during our bachelor's, but it was too late for us, and we don't want the same thing to happen to you. That's why we are using this as an opportunity to tell you like what all things can be done, and I hope that you use this opportunity to the full extent and ask us doubts and many more doubts. So the structure of this talk will be like, we will go through all these points, and at the last we will wait for your questions. So let's start with the first topic, which is extracurriculars. Like when we join college, there's always one friend who says that, "Arey extracurriculars तो करने ही है," And there are many introverts like me who will think that, oh yeah, ये करना जरूरी है क्या? So ideally, the extracurricular parts is the smallest part of your resume, and mainly is used as a space filler. That means, suppose your one-page resume is not filling, then you will add some of the extracurricular points just to make it look a full-page resume. But saying that, it's a big part of your career. Why? Because uh, so when you enter any industry, or when you're in your college also, you are doing some technical stuff, there's one point where you will feel a little bit frustrated, a little bit overwhelmed. This extracurricular will help you take that tension away, help you escape from the virtual world and into the real world. Also, when you enter any company, it's very easy to form a network. You can always tell people like, oh, I have done this in my college, oh, you have also done this. So, and you can start forming a network. So one suggestion is that at least try to participate in one non-technical activity. But seeing PVG in my current days, I thought that people are more focused towards extracurriculars. So one message which I have for all of you is that don't try to be jack of all trades. Like dance kar liya, then you have started some more thing, acting, you wanted to play sports also. Do any one non-technical activity, stick with it, because there are many more things which you can do. And if anyone says to you that no extracurriculars consider honge, like if you do very good in something, no, in technical interview it just acts as an icebreaker. Your interview will ask you like, oh, you did this, just to make you feel comfortable. So let's start with the main part now. So how to start coding? Everybody knows. If I ask you like, do you know C++, you will tell, yeah, I know C++. What is there to learn about it? But when you give company interviews or company coding rounds, many of us feel that we are not up to the mark. The reason is because we have not practiced problems according to that level, and we don't know like which problem concepts are asked in the interviews. So let's say that you are a very novice student, you don't know any coding language at all. So what all things you need to do to become basically a master of coding? So the first step would be to select a programming language. Now there are many programming languages which you can choose. I recommend using C++14, or Java is also fine. Don't use Python, because when you go for interviews, there are time limits for basically a question to answer. And if basically the program does not get executed in such time limit, then your test cases fail. So use C++14 or Java. Then after you have selected the programming language, start learning the syntax, basic, do some basic problems, input output problems, like for if problems, something like that. Then basically go to some basic concepts like recursion, operators, bit manipulation, which you think that, oh, recursion is just calling a function from within a function. But when you do some problems, then you will understand, oh, these are really some good problems to do. Now, where to do these problems from? So there are many online platforms which are available. I would personally recommend Hacker Rank is also good, because this UI are very intuitive and problem levels are from very beginner levels. Don't start from CodeChef or some other platforms. Now, after finishing some basic concepts, understand how to find time and space complexity. Now, you must have heard of, and if you have not heard, like many companies such as Amazon, Google, at every round they will ask, oh, you have written this solution, what is the time complexity of this solution? Can you make the time complexity of this problem, can you solve this problem efficiently? Like if third year students are here, uh, and you must have known like O of n square is the solution. Companies ask, oh, can you solve this in O log n log n? Then you need to know like how to calculate it, what is the space complexity required. uh, After learning such that, start with simple data structures, arrays, stacks, queues, hash tables. uh, then go learn STL. Now, if you are doing C++14, STL is really important, because suppose if interview you are asked a question, you will not execute a stack on your own, sit there and write stack, push and pop code. You will can directly use STL code. And almost in every good interviews, this STL libraries will be used. And later, you also need to know the time complexity. Like if you're doing pushing or popping in queue, you're doing some operations on stack, hash tables of STL. What is the time complexity of those functions? You need to know that. Then the next step is you need to practice maths problems. Many of the people ignore this. Like I personally, while giving many coding rounds in IIT, found is that many coding problems were simple combinatorics number theory problems like totem function or something, how to calculate GCD or something like that, which you need to practice. Then comes your searching and sorting algorithms, like binary search, something sorting, like practice every sorting because they will be asked in your interviews. Then go for medium level data structures like linked lists, trees, graphs, and the last is your algorithms. So greedy and dynamic, almost 80% of good companies asked you about greedy and dynamic problems. Your coding round will be dominated by greedy and dynamic problems. And also try to understand like how divide and conquer and backtracking works. Now all these things are very necessary for you because what we think is that, oh, I know a little bit C++, that is fine, I can get into any company. But that is not true. May you apply as a web developer, as an ML engineer, maybe a blockchain expert, you will always be asked coding questions. And if you're not able to crack those rounds, may you be a master in ML, blockchain, or any technology, company is not going to entertain you. You will get disqualified in the first round itself. So these are something which you need to practice a lot. And as I mentioned in the first slide, like every step, you should at least solve 20 problems. You should not say that, oh, I know what bit manipulation is. But unless you practice those problems, you will not be able to understand like the various types of questions which will be asked for it. Now, the last thing is something which, if I would have started coding, I would have definitely uh, tried to do, which is competitive coding. Now, what is competitive coding? Like, I know many of PVG students go to other colleges in Pune University and win many prizes. But the thing is that, is this the limit? Which is not. You can always try for national competitions, which I will mention in further slides, which are those. But for preparing for such competitions, you need to do some extra work, which is some advanced data structures like segment tree, fanfic tree, try, something like that. Now, what are the benefits, you will ask? Like, why should I do coding? Because coding, basically every interview asks. But then, should I start competitive coding? And is there any really benefit? So basically, competitive coding gives your resume an edge when you apply for any campus, off campus. Like if you have good coding, you have good profile of your coding rounds, your chances of resume getting shortlisted increases. Also, many competitions are sponsored. So if you give any competition on any online platform and you win it, even if you don't win it, if you are placed in top 10, there's a high chance that you can get interview call up or basically get an internship. Like in my masters, there were many people who cracked competitions of hacker rank and did internship there, and that internships pays very well actually. Now you might think that competitive coding is necessary, which is not. Even if you go till step 10, like this is a compulsory step which everyone should do, it's enough. The level of competitive coding problems are 90% times higher than interview problems. There are very niche companies which basically, if I could tell you honestly, there are very algorithmic trading companies which are coming up in India which need competitive coding. All other companies, you take a big companies like Amazon, then Microsoft, Apple, IBM, these will not ask you such advanced data structures problem ever. They will go till step 10 and limit themselves to there. Now, where to basically, which platforms to look at? So I would suggest that practice problems from hacker rank. Then after you have used this UI of both, then you can see problems from Geeks for Geeks. Geeks for Geeks is a bible for coding problems. Any problem you look, Geeks for Geeks will definitely have it. Then you can practice on lead code and interview bit. This lead code and interview bit, so right now I came to know that like many good companies like Adobe and Amazon are visiting our campus. So do practice from lead code and interview bit before attempting this coding rounds of these companies. Now, where to participate? Like, if everybody is following this, I think all of you should at least participate regularly in Code Vita, which is a TCS competition. Then Hacker Earth, Hacker Rank, Top Coder, Code Chef all have these regular online competitions. Participate in it. Even if you're not able to solve one or two problems at the first try, regularly participate in it. By the fifth or sixth try, at least you will solve one problem and you will feel happy about it. And then regularly, as you keep do participating in this competition, your coding level will become really good. Now, this last column is for competitive coding. If someone coding is really good, I recommend you that you give Google's Code Jam, Facebook's Hacker Cup, Kickstart. I've also put the dates. Like Code Jam will happen, registrations will start from April. Hacker Cup registration has gone, but maybe third year students can try next year. Maybe second year students can try in their third year June, and at least and you can also create a group and participate in ICPC, which is the Olympics of coding. Really, you can always see that many of the top IITs and IIT CS students participate in ICPC regularly. So a hint, a tip, like everybody should at least try Code Jam or Hacker Cup once in their third year, because it will really tell you like what levels of problems to expect. Because in our mind, the problems, we think of Google and many more great companies and feel that, oh, these are too tough to crack. How can I crack it? But actually the problems are very simple. If you follow this 10-11 steps, I'm sure that you can basically crack any coding interview. Now, apart from competitive coding, if you don't want to do it, now what should you do? So one of the thing is open source development. Now, open source development, everybody listens that, oh, open source development can be done, but how to do it? So first, let me tell you like why to do it. So basically, it exponentially increases your software development skill. For people who don't know what is open source development, so there are companies like Red Hat, Node.js, whose code is not maintained by any industry, but there is a community of members who basically regularly updates the code, adds new feature, and you can get to be part of that community and show in your resume. Now this is one point which can give you an extra edge in your resume. Now there are very many coding like open source development forums like GSOC, which basically you can participate in and earn a lot of money. Like I have posted like minimum how much you can earn. Now you can do this conversion from USD to INR on yourself. So now how to start open source development? So like competitive coding, you go to some platforms, you participate there, you practice from there. But how to start open source development? Before starting open source development, make sure that you have a command on one of the programming languages. Like you understand, like if you understand C++, it's very easy to learn Python or to learn Java, anything. After that, you go around the internet and find some open source community. Like you can see Red Hat site today, Node.js, like CC. YouTube has this option of CC. Now, what is CC? CC is an organization. And or if you don't know like which are open source community, you can search for organizations, for projects who have applied in GSOC. Now, after finding this community, see what excites you the most, what you feel like, oh, I'm interested in this and I can do it, and become a member of that community. And these two steps actually take a lot of time. They are not easy at this sounds, because searching on online community, understanding, because you have to look at least 20 to 30 open source development communities before becoming a member of anyone. Then initiate a conversation with the members and ask for help. Like every community, you will see the code base on GitHub. Like these are constant committers. So basically, you can ask any of them that I'm interested in this organization, but I don't know like where to start. Like if you see that if you don't know Docker, like, but you're interested, you can ask him. They will definitely give you resources. Now, after that, try understanding the code, start contribution little by little, like make a documentation first. Like if you have also used some uh, open source softwares, you will know that, oh, there is no documentation, what to do. So documentation is really needed, and it shows the member that, okay, you are willing. Then try to solve small issues. So if you have gone to GitHub, go to the issues page. There you will see that basically every issue is marked somehow, like good for beginner. Try starting with those problems, try solving those issues, and become an active member. Like constantly do some pull request. Now what is pull request? I basically urge you to go online and see what is pull request. So pull request is just that you are writing your code on yourself and you are saying a member, like, see, I have done this code, please review it. And they come to know that, oh, this member is really very active. Now after becoming an active member, if that same organization floats any project, basically they will recommend you that you try for GSOC, and your chances of uh, basically cracking GSOC increases. Now our college has started a very good culture of doing GSOCs from the last 2 3 years, and many people have started giving GSOCs in LLVM compiler. So but even if you are not interested in compilers, if you want to do something different, here are the steps which you need to follow to do it. Now now if you're not interested in competitive coding, or if you're not interested in open source development also, then try to do at least 1 2 internships. Like internships is a big plus point in your resume, because everywhere you apply, this is going to stick with you. Now when to apply for internship? Like many people say that third year ho jane do, fir dekhenge. But that's not the case, because you can apply anytime when you feel ready. Even in your second year you can do internships. But what type of internship? Now Pune University does not allow full-time internship, but there are thousands of part-time internships which are available. It doesn't matter if the internship is paid or not, because we see that, oh, he's doing 30,000 internship and I'm doing for free. Is my internship good enough? It does not depend on that. It depends that you have taken a step. But saying that don't apply just randomly, like, oh, this ye apply kar diya. See the profile first. Like if the internship asking for web development, see if you are well versed with the web development tools, at least 30 to 40%. Rest all things you can learn while the internship is going on. Then if there is an ML internship, see if you know the ML concepts or not before applying there. And where to apply now? Because in my during my times in bachelor's, I was very confused, like, oh, I want to do an internship, but I don't know. Like internship always felt like we need to have some connection, but that is not true today. There are millions of jobs on Internshala, Hello Intern. And also keep a lookout for the incubation cell of different colleges, like IIT Bombay, ISC, or even Pune University have an incubation cell which offers part-time internship for a whole semester in any startup which is coming up. And in Pune, there are so many startups. Getting an internship is really easy. So even if you're doing competitive coding, even if you're doing open source, do at least one internship in college. And if you're not interested in competitive open source development, try to do at least one internship in second, third year, and do one more whenever you get time before finishing your bachelor's. Now, this is something basically which is for people who are trying to take a break before applying for MS. So while doing my master's, I found this thing, like many people were applying for project stuff, and in IIT there are a lot of projects going on actually for the year round, and they take project stuff for some 6 months or 1 year period. Now why to apply? First, basically you get to participate in a good research. Like if you aim to do something in compilers, ML, blockchain, anything, algorithms, there are a lot of interesting projects which are going on, and basically you can get an hands-on experience on it. After all, the pay is also very good, like 40 50,000 salary per month is an average salary there. But it also depends on project funds, so it can go lower or it can go higher. And Also, if your work is satisfactory, you can get an additional letter of recommendation from any of one of those professors. So basically you have two LORs, one from your professor from PVG and one from the professor from IIT, and two LORs can make a lot of difference. Now how to apply for those? So there is no portal like, oh, positions are full. You have to go to the online sites of many professors, many and start mailing them individually, like send them your resume that I have done this, I have done that, I'm really interested in a project. And start, if you're taking a break and you want to do this, start applying from May or March or April onwards. Then comes the big point, the BE project. So many of you might think that, oh, BE project is just a part of curriculum. It is not. It's just a myth. It's basically the first point on your resume and will be asked in almost every interview which you give from now onwards. And BE project selection, I've seen in PVG, which I also actually I followed, but which is really not good, is that project selection starts in the fourth year, but rather this project selection should start in your seminar. So basically, why should you take your BE project? Why should we give so much importance? The first reason is that there are many projects competitions which are sponsored by companies. Like for my project, we had gone to PICT to give a project, and uh, two of my project mates had got a caller from companies that we were interested and can you please come and give your interview. So so this was PICT competition. If you go to more such competitions, there's a high chance that you can get more bigger companies, and there's a great chance to publish a paper. So if any one of you is trying to basically get a research job, like research job means that job in particular domain, or is going to apply for your masters, publishing a paper is really helpful for your SOP, or really looks great on your resume. Now, how to do a nice project, like what are the steps we should do? So these steps actually start from your third year December break. Like select a topic of your interest. You will understand by now, or you should understand by now, like which topic interests you. May it be anything. Pick a topic. Then in before seminar starts, read around what is going on in a community. So let me give an example, like in machine learning. So there are many things like computer vision is there, video, natural language processing, then machine translation is there. So look around, see what you feel, okay, this is very interesting. Contact any one of your seniors. Like I still remember, like outside 311 there's always a list of BE projects and BE students mapping. So how many of us really look at it, and how many of us really contact our seniors that, oh, you're doing a project in this, I'm also interested, please tell me like how to approach this. So that should start before your seminar. Then in your seminar, after you have a generic idea like, oh, I want to do some project in this particular topic, select a problem statement in that topic. So you will see, when you see that topic, oh, this is a vast topic, there is a simple problem statement. Like in machine translation, let's say, like machine translation is converting English to Hindi. So machine translation becomes your topic. The problem statement becomes translating a sentence from English to Hindi. Now, after you have chosen that problem statement, read at least 8 to 10 research paper during your seminar. Now, what does this do? Seminar is meant for the concept that you understand what is going around currently. So 8 to 10 research papers will give you a lot idea, like what is currently going on, like what are the newest things which many people have done. Now, after having so much literature survey doing uh, in your seminar, when the BE project starts, you have an idea. Like this was a problem statement, like converting English to Hindi. I read those 10 research papers. I found that I could improve the efficiency, or basically uh, I could do it some other way. Now that becomes your BE project. And when you do something new, always try to write a paper and apply for different conferences. So getting paper published in a conference is very easy and also very tough. I'm saying very easy because there are many conferences which will say that, oh, give us this money and we will publish a paper, which is not a good thing to do. Because yeah, you will get your paper published, but when does it add anything in your resume, when people who are sitting in companies, or profs who are you are going to apply in masters, know all the conferences very well. So basically try to at least get your papers accepted in A star or B conferences. Now, what is A and A star? A and A stars are the best conference which are there, and acceptance rate is 10%. Even even if you are a veteran in your field, your chances of getting a paper accepted is very less. So after you apply for 10 conferences, you might get accepted in one good conference. So uh, like in your B, you will see that basically even if you follow these steps, so from June to December, you have a good idea like what you want to do. In December, basically you can finish all your work, all the results, everything, because getting paper accepted in any conference takes 4 to 5 months, because it's a long procedure. You apply, then they send you edits, make that edits and you reapply for it. So basic start early in your seminar days only, understand, select a problem statement and do a really nice BE project. Now, uh, before going to MS and handing over to Aniruddh, uh, so now we are going to start master's part of the course. So there is one suggestion which I want to give you until now. Like every one of you should start coding from today. Follow the steps, take it easy step by step. Even if you don't know anything about coding, in 1 year, basically you can become master of coding. There is no way that his coding is really good. His coding is really good because he has spent a lot of time on it. So you can do it too. Now, Aniruddh, can you get started on preparing from MS?
Yeah. So, hey guys, am I audible?
Yeah, Aniruddh, you are audible.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Pokale ma'am and Sabkar sir, for inviting to this session. And so I'm like very happy to join you guys. And also thanks to Saurabh, like he asked me whether I can join him to give this session, and I'm very glad to be here. Also, I would like to introduce one more alumni of PVG, and she's with me currently, and like Sharavari Nathu. So, Sharavari.
Hey guys, it's nice to meet you. Like, Aniruddh, you can go on.
Yeah. So we also like will together introduce you with the MS section. So far, Saurabh gave
Let me
good
interrupt you,
input regarding
Aniruddha.
the projects, then also coding part, and
Aniruddha, let me interrupt you.
yeah.
I welcome Sharvari Nathu in this session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, now you can carry on.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so now so far Saurabh give about like intro about the coding part, then also talked about the internships, B projects and other projects as well. So I would like to say those are like very important steps in regarding building your profile, and that matters a lot while doing MS as well. Like I'll start from the beginning, like for from the preparation for GRE and also TOEFL. Like we started as I personally gave my GRE in the third year. Like you guys are from second year and third year, so that's the actual time when you can start off your career after the B. So personally, I gave my exam on like second semester of third year, and for that the preparation was like you have a good classes in like Pune. Also, there are stuffs like Magoosh and Princeton. So like there are online courses as well to prepare. But personally, I would recommend like study on the like by using Magoosh or Princeton, because I went to the classes, but haven't found that much beneficial in the preparation. So I'll recommend that you guys first work on your own, then you can give one attempt of GRE and try yourself like how much you got. And I would say the score of 310 above, it's good with your like profile of 60% overall aggregate. So the thing here is the balance between your academic score and the GRE depends a lot while selecting the universities. Personally, if like you have aggregate of 60%, then you should have like around 310 plus in the GRE to get a good university. But there are exceptions as well. When if there is a your SOP is good, then your chances are getting like chances to get into a good university might increase. So that's a better part, like if your SOP is good. So I'll tell you about SOP. So SOP is nothing but statement of purpose. So why you want to apply to the US universities to like get MS degree. So you should tell about like what you did previously before applying to MS. Then you can mention about your academic achievements. So you can say, okay, I participated in so many hackathons. I participated in so many projects. Then I published these many papers. Also, you can say about your academic success. Okay, you have like how good grades or something like that, and you need to tell every aspect of your personality in that document. So it might be around like 2 pages, 3 pages. Then another is LOR. So LOR is a recommendation from professors. So I personally took Pokale ma'am's LOR and Badgale sir's LOR. So like that you need to like keep impressions among the teachers, so that they can recommend you to the good colleges. So you should have to like uh, maintain like good things in the college as well, like having a good marks and like putting your efforts in practicals and all those stuffs. So that those are like good things to have in the future as well. I personally recommend having a good practical knowledge of the subjects, because when you came to US, they actually focus on the practical part instead of theory. In India, it's mostly like theoretical structure of bachelor's or everything. But here they mainly focus on the practical part. So I would recommend that go and like do practicals very sincerely. Also, coding part plays an important role, as Saurabh says, like being like giving the hacker earth solving the problems there. Also, then hacker rank. So for US, hacker rank and lead code are the most famous, because hacker earth is only limited for the India, and here hacker rank and lead code are most favorite among the companies. It's better to have profile on hacker rank because it's a global platform. Then so I talked about the SOPs and LOR. Then I'll go for the resume. So for a US, resume is kind of different than India. So you have a one pager resume, and you will not have a much space to put your all the achievements there. So when you apply to these US universities, you need to submit a resume. But I think there is a like you can submit 2-page resume
for some companies.
So for some universities you can like submit two-page resumes, but most of the universities recommend like one-pager resume. so you can't put each and everything of your achievement there. So point out that there are go like your important achievements are there. Then like whatever projects you are working on, put that. Then I would say experience, put experience as well, and highlight about the summary. So when the universities select you for their programs, they'll actually look for the SOP, resume, and LORs, and also a GRE. But universities usually have a GRE and TOEFL cutoffs. So if you already pass those cutoffs, then they'll mainly focus on these three parts: SOP, resume, and LOR. So, Shravan, you want to add anything?
With respect to SOPs, I would also like to add one more point that sometimes it happens that you tend to write a very long statement of purpose. For example, 1500 words, 20,000 words, or something like that. I hope I am audible right now. But
Yeah, Sharvari, you are audible.
Okay, thanks, Saurabh. But there are some universities which need resumes like 500 words, not more than 500 words. So one important point to keep in mind before writing and applying to universities is go and check out what is the restrictions they need for the particular SOP. So for my university, they had a restriction of the SOP saying that you cannot write more than 500 words in your resume. So again, the thing is you will have to select among various achievements and various things that you have done, which are the important things that need to be pointed out. Also, make sure that you don't load your resume with all the stuff, and keep in mind to elaborate only some points. Again, not elaborate too much. Like it should be elaboration, but not too much, and not too much key points.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So next point is program and university selection. So like you guys are mostly from, you mostly want to do masters in the computer science or data analytics or machine learning specialization or AI. So I would recommend that my experience here in 2 years. So I would recommend that having a broad program scope is a good, because if you particularly choose ML specification, ML specialization masters, then you are narrowing your scope for getting a jobs. So that, keep that in mind. I know those are the good domains like data analytics, then machine learning, AI, but you can also do those specializations like me or Sharvari did by taking only computer science. We majorly focused on those areas, but we maintained a broad scope of domain by choosing the degree as a computer science. So if you limit yourself by doing the data analytics masters or ML master, then here you need to take job in those areas only, and you can't take the software developer jobs. So it's better to have a broad scope of domain in the master's program. So make sure that you are focusing on that. Also, university, about the university selections. So there are various good universities, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So I would recommend a university nearly around tier 2. So there are like a good 50 universities, and for them you need to have a good GRE score as well as SOP. For tier 2, it's okay to have a 300 score, between 300 to 310, and a normal SOP. So getting into these universities now, it's a very competitive, because so many students are applying for the masters in the US, and the competition is increased. So you need to stand out from others in order to get picked in the good universities. I selected my university because I found my course is very good for me, and then they offered me a scholarship. So that's a plus point for selecting my university. And then also I thought about the on-campus job prospect. So the thing is, like, here when you are in the US, the things are very different from the India. You need to earn something while learning, because you need to repay your loan, as well as you need to stay with the living cost here we have. So it's better to have a on-campus job. So you should have uh, you should have a mentality of doing any job on campus. It might be in the like MACD or somewhere, or you can have a TA jobs, a teaching assistant, helping teachers to grade the assignments. Then also you can have a RA, so research assistant. So when you are applying, you can get the RA opportunities, I guess, right? So once suppose you got admit from one university, then try to look out how you can get the scholarships, or how you can get the RA opportunities. So in that university might be those professors, you need to go in the university site and look for the your department professors, then choose one, whatever, like, which interests you, their research field, or whatever their domain they are working in. So you need to pick professors, and you need to mail them, and you need to convey your interest to them. Then they will have a look at your resumes and SOPs, and they might give you the research assistantship. So that depends on you, how you select the university. But uh, I would recommend go for the good universities, because it's very important to have a good university name in order to get the jobs. But I saw the people who stand out by using the lead code or hacker rank or GSOC while being in the small universities, and they did great. So it depends on you, how you are performing in the masters. And it's not like that you are in the US and now you will get good companies or like that. Life here is very I can say tough. It's not that easy. Like people found out that it's very good at, like, I can say that environment is very good, then clean, in that sense it's very good. But like, struggle is there. You need to fight for a job, and it's not like India that companies will come to campus, like in PVG, companies come to campus and then select, they pick students. But here not all employer like come to campus and they select people, so you have to apply. So I saw, like, I personally did like 500 applications, and not every company will give you a job opportunity or interview opportunity, I can say. And like, it's not difficult, but you need to have a patience, and you need to have a mentality of doing a hard work. So that is very important. And personally, I can say that my 2 years here are like, first year was good. Then from the second year, like, you have a tension of having a jobs or internships. So you need to apply, and I did like 8 months internship in my there was a park which is like Hinjewadi, behind my university. There I worked in a startup called as Connected Wise, and I worked like mainly on the computer vision algorithms. So I did internship for 8 months. Then I got like 2 offers. One is from Amgen. I got the position of data engineer there. So it was basically related to AWS. About the AWS as well. So there are good certifications in the AWS. I personally gave 3, and it's very useful to having a AWS certification. So if you want, if you have a time after the semester, then I'll personally recommend that giving the AWS certifications exam will stand out your profile, and if you have a good certifications, then you might end up in like good data engineer positions. Also, AWS hires cloud architects, and the salaries are also very good. So having those certificates are really important currently. Then I was talking about my interview experiences here in the US. So I gave like six interviews for Amgen, and those were like whiteboarding. And then first three was first one was hacker rank coding. So there were like two codes, then some SQL queries, then some questions related to operating systems. Then second one was just a 30-minute technical discussion with their employee, and then they called me on site, and I gave four round of interviews with the whiteboard. So the position was related to data engineering. So they ask about the big data, then they ask about the MapReduce, then they ask about the Java, and finally AWS. So I got offer from there. The same day when I got offer, there was like a final interview for Amazon. We gave like Amazon interview. Like I personally got 4 rounds. So the structure depends on like how you perform in first 3 rounds. So first round is of debugging, which is they gave you like 7 debugging questions, and you have to solve them in 20 minutes. Then the second round is they gave you 2 coding questions, and you need to solve them in 70 minutes. And third round is apti, and one kind of 2 hours HR round. So if you are performing outstanding, like your performance is outstanding in that, then they'll give you just one virtual interview, and which is of 30 minutes, and they'll ask you about like data structures and the time complexities. As Saurabh mentioned, like time complexity, having a knowledge of that is very important, because such big companies ask most of the questions on those areas, because they are facing the challenges while making their services and products. So the fourth round was that. But if you are like performing like medium level in those 3 rounds, then they will give you like 3 rounds of virtual interviews, which are of like 45 minutes to 60 minutes. So that depends on you, how you are giving the like first 3 rounds. But for that first 3 rounds, you need to have a good knowledge of coding. I personally recommend a lead code for that. But if you are like coming to US, then I personally recommend having a lead code good knowledge. So I saw people who are solving like 900 to 1000 lead code questions, which is a lot, but that's a must for to having a good companies like Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft. So personally, so far I am working like 4 months here, and it's a very good company to be in, and I really enjoy being here. Also for the other companies like Google, the interview process is same. They have like coding rounds, and then they starts with the virtual rounds. So mostly for such a companies, the rounds are like 6 rounds, which is a standard here for Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon. So usually they took 6 rounds, and then only they'll consider you for the job. And salaries are like really good. So it's the base is around 80-90 K dollars. So the only thing is you need to first, like, it's a struggle here to get into the good companies, but it's not impossible. It's that you should have a mentality of putting hard work and like faith in yourself that you can do it. Because I'm a student, like ma'am and sir knows that, like in the second year I just got introduced with the programming. I don't have a good knowledge, and we had a subject like data structures and all, but they supported a lot that. And I started my journey of computer from the second year. So I was I was not that good in the coding, but also Saurabh helped me a lot in building my coding knowledge. Then I kicked, I can say my kickstart was from the third year, where I have a medium knowledge. And then also I can say that having a good group of people, just studying the groups, that helps a lot. We did that in our 4 years, and it helped a lot. And also, don't hesitate that you don't know about the coding. Every day is a first day. And don't hesitate that, okay, now suppose third year students, they are in second sem and they are thinking like, okay, I'm in third year second semester, but I don't have a good knowledge of coding. It's not like that. We have a friends who started, who are actually who are for fourth year, they were like, they don't have a good knowledge of the coding, but they have a passion that they want to get into the good companies, and they started at the kind of last semester of fourth year, and they end up in good companies. So it's not like that you are late or something. You can start right away. Think that just you have a passion, and you want to achieve that. Just make sure you are doing those stuffs. Then apart from else, anything else, Saurabh, you want to suggest?
No. So let's start with Kate. Aniruddh, can you go on mute? Okay. Okay. So I think everybody asked a lot of doubts of MS in the forms. So I hope that many of your answers were resolved. So now, if not masters from MS US, then what? So one is that you can do GATE. So many people who don't know, there are government jobs for CS, and government job is really chill ki zindagi. Few of my friends have got government job, and they say that the work-life balance is really good. Now, starting salary for PSU in Maharatna companies 12 to 17. You can also check on the official website, and maximum is 17 and minimum is something 12. Now, if not masters in US, then should I do masters in India? Now, many of people don't know. So I would rate IITs are in the low range of tier 1 college, are equivalent to the low range of tier 1 college in US, because the system is really similar to what Aniruddh described just now. Many focuses on doing practical things, and you will really learn a lot. But still, is there any different opportunities? So from M.Tech and IIT, for my batch and my seniors batch, I noticed that the average CTC was something 16 to 18 lakhs, which can be also more. I'm not sure. So monthly, and keep in mind, this is a tip. When you apply off campus, many people think that monthly salary is equal to CTC divided by 12, which is not. Your salary is your gross salary. So even if you are applying somewhere, even if in campus placement, any company comes, ask them what is the gross and what is the CTC, because CTC contains few components like bonus and everything. So still, what is the in-hand salary we get? So all of my friends who are placed, minimum salary after M.Tech will be 90K. But just a disclaimer, this is M.Tech from old IITs, and also you can get stipend while learning, 12,400 per month. And if expenses are managed really well, almost 0 rupees investment. In fact, I saved some 20,000 after completing my M.Tech and paying the fees from my stipends only. Now, so the biggest advantage is that you can get to sit for IIT placement. Now, in your mind, it will come, and it came in my mind also, IIT's B.Tech will also appear, then do you have a chance? So fun fact that almost 50% of B.Techs get PPO and they don't sit. They only sit for Microsoft Redmond and Google, and don't apply for other companies who have got PPO. And actually there is a rule for that. So if you get get to sit in IIT placement, there's almost a 50% chance that you can get selected for Microsoft India, Oracle, Samsung, IBM, Intel, SAP Labs, which are really good companies to work for in India. Also, we have also M.Tech students get placed for foreign companies. Like in my batch, people have got placed for Microsoft Redmond and Uber. And I think you all know the crores rupees job which we say, they are that ones. Also, many Japanese companies. So there's a day in IITs where especially Japanese companies come and whole day, 9 to 10 companies give their introduction, like what they do. So the most recognized ones are Sony, Rakuten, and also in Europe, like many few of my friends have got placed in Optiver, Netherlands, and Singapore. So like if not IIT, then still we should we look to do masters in India? Yes. So there's institute like Triple IT Hyderabad, Triple IT Bangalore, and BITS, which are really good in terms of placement, and average salary is roughly can come around your 16 to 18. Now understanding GATE, now how to basically start for GATE. So GATE requires 1 year of very serious preparation, because basically it contains all your core CS subjects. Now in our university, what happens is that many questions are theoretical type. So even if you know some concept like data structures or maybe OS networks, so you will know the theoretical concept because of your portion in university. But get asked objective questions, basically problem based questions on this, which are really different. So I would recommend join a good class. Personally recommending you join Made Easy or ACE in Pune. I personally went to Hyderabad and studied 1 year in ACE. So PVG, during my time, many people were not thinking GATE as an option, because many of us, even I was not aware like what opportunities are there. So PVG selection until now is really good. Like 2 people have been placed in IIT Bombay, 2 in IIT Bhubaneswar, 2 in BITS Hyderabad. So basically, if you are really serious about it, you can contact any one of us. Uh, then now, okay, now this is master. So like what are the common tips which I want to give you, which are applicable for everyone? First of all, maintain a good LinkedIn profile. Like every one of you who does not have a LinkedIn profile should at least create a LinkedIn profile today and be very professional on LinkedIn, because these profiles are seen by your HRs or your recruiters in future. And very professional meaning that basically don't comment something which you will comment in Facebook or something. Don't wish someone like, oh happy birthday, party kab hoga. These are not very professional comments on LinkedIn. Avoid spelling mistakes in resume, LinkedIn post. Like Aniruddh said, be very concise while writing resume. Like there are two set of people who actually see resume. One is your HR, who does not have any idea what the technical stuff is, so even he should understand it. And another thing is a technical person. So your resume point should contain technical words, like you implemented this algorithm, or you improve the efficiency of this, something good words like what the algorithms were. If possible, you have time, do some certifications, do participate in some hackathons, do such things, because they will really help you. And don't shy from initiating the first conversation. Like many of us are really shy, we don't contact our teachers to ask like, what do you think, like I'm thinking of this, is there any suggestion, or contacting your seniors. Like during my bachelor's, I think I made a mistake that I did not contact my like third year or fourth year seniors in my second year, or fourth year seniors in my third year, and ask them like what these guys are doing, what is the project, I need help. If you know this, can you just give me pointers like how to start? So please don't shy away. Then make your own path. Don't half-heartedly follow something just because your friend is doing. I've seen a lot of people like joining GRE classes because why? Because my best friend is doing that. That's why I'm doing. Or basically doing some like if you are interested in web development and some of your other friend is basically interested in doing some database kind of stuff. Just don't start because your friend is doing something. Make your own way. Now the most important tip, like we have discussed everything, like non-technical, technical, what you think we can do. Don't let your university grades suffer, because now basically people will start telling teachers like, oh, I was doing this, so I assignment nahi hoga, something like that. Don't do that, because in your company, first of all, you cannot do it. Then everywhere your university grades are present in your resume. If you're getting something like 75% now, and if you are trying to do something extra, reducing your percentage until 73, 72 is fine, but not a lot of difference. If you're not doing well currently, then basically at least try, because I have seen in PVG the general mindset is that when the exams will come, then we will study, which is not actually right. You at least should start 10-20 days before. And also, yeah, let whatever university grades be, practice coding, because even if you are a second class student, first class student, if your coding is really good, that is opening a lot of more opportunities for you. Then is masters the only way to get into great companies? It is not. If you do great coding, if you win some competitions, if you do some open source development, do some good internship, apply off campus, definitely you can directly get placed into such companies. Many of you have or sometimes must have seen some videos on YouTube like this got placed in Google directly. So what these guys do, these guys do some extra stuff along with the studies. Now, always try off campus. Like currently the campus placement in PVG is really good. During our time it was not that quite good, which it is now. A lot of great companies are visiting. So basically try to always make use of the campus placement opportunity what college gives. Like I have heard for girls now Amazon and Adobe is coming, so at least every year 2-3 girls should definitely crack it. So basically it juniors can also learn from you, like how you did, and follow your path. And keep practicing coding even after getting placed. Like coding is going nowhere. Even if you land your dream job, basically you have to keep coding to keep your mind sharp, because it's something which cannot be learned always. You have to keep practicing to polish that skill. And there are a lot of examples in our batch we have seen, like people like one of my roommates who did not study until fourth year. While exam he used to see movies. I used to teach him like, oh, at least pass using this. And after fourth year I thought that, oh, what is he going to do? And right now he's in Mastercard, like 12 lakhs job. And how did he do it? Because he realized the importance of coding. He practiced a lot after passing from B. And until this time he says to me that if I would have started earlier in my second or third year, I would have definitely cracked a even better company. So in the interest of time, let's start with QA. So use this opportunity. But before starting QA, I would really like to thank once again Satpal sir and Pokale ma'am and all the teachers of PVG, because they have really played a huge part in our success. I'm not speaking from my perspective. Even every student of PVG will know this. They are really very supportive for you. And they are supportive, so try to basically ask them, be in contact with them, and definitely if you have any doubt, please reach out to us. So Aniruddh, any closing remarks?
Yeah, so like I would like to thank all ma'am, sir, and Saurabh that they invited me, and it was a good discussion. So like if you guys have any questions, you can ask now as well. And I guess on LinkedIn I have me, both are there, like me, Saurabh Sharwari. You can connect with us, then you can like ask us there as well. So that's it. Thank you guys, and let's start QA.
Thank you, Aniruddh and this Saurabh. Please ask any question if you have, student. Anyone want to ask anything? You can type in chat box also, or you can unmute your mic. Okay, so one student is asking, does job experience before applying for MS have any importance?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Uh, so personally, me and Sharvari have like 1 year of experience before coming to masters, and that played a very important role in our understanding of how the company's cultures are, and it's now beneficial while being in the Amazon. But for the masters, it is also useful, like for the research assistantship, and also useful while applying, because companies will might also look for your job experience. So I have a friends who have like 3-4 years job experience, and they got a good calls like from big companies directly by looking just their LinkedIn profile. Like recruiters call them. So it's better to have a experience, but we also have some friends who haven't have any like job experience, but they directly applied to masters, and after the like bachelors they went, and they are also performing really good. But for me, if you ask me, I would personally recommend having at least 1 year of experience before coming to masters.
Yes, anyone want to ask? Yes, one student is asking, is doing MBA a good option after doing computer engineering?
Aniruddh, any like let us give both of your opinions. So
Yeah, sure. You start first.
okay, so MBA after computer science. So it depends like which college you are talking about. Like if it is a really good college in US or in India, then it's fine. But it does not add any other damage. Like currently, if you are good college, and basically if you are really interested in management, then only do an MBA. Many other branches people do MBA because just that so that they could get good jobs. In computer science already, if you work good, you are going to get good job. So unless you have an interest and unless there's a good college where you are going to apply, I would not recommend going for an MBA. Anirudh?
Yeah, so he explained very good. It's depend on you. Like it's a good option, but if you are good in computer, then I don't think it's like good to do a MBA, and it's better to have like M.Tech or masters rather than MBA, because now you can say in MBA as well, most of the people go for business analytics, then data analytics, which are only a computer branches, and also they require Python, then mostly Python Tableau, they require Tableau. So MBA also requires like computer knowledge, and you are already end up being like business analytics or data analytics, pursuing MBA degree. Then it doesn't it's not like to have a MBA degree for that. That's my recommendation to you.
Yeah, can I talk?
Uh,
Hello.
yes, sir. I think students don't have any
Sir,
queries.
one
Right, right.
student have question. Can I read it?
Yes, madam, proceed.
One student is asking that does learning a foreign language help you to get into a good company?
Mm, okay, so that's a good question as well. For like if you are going to apply masters in Netherlands, or like in Switzerland, Germany, or you want to apply for jobs in Japan, then you should have their language, respective language knowledge. Because personally, like we have a best friend, Pranav, who learned Japanese, and he started, I guess, in third year only, and he is now in Japan, working in good company. It really matters in those countries to have their language and knowledge, because they only give jobs, or like masters, approval, or you can say application approval, if you are showing them that okay, you have at least completed one level of in their language. So it's good to have a foreign language knowledge if you are going to those universities which are in those countries.
Okay, one student. Can I speak now?
Yeah.
Can I ask? Yeah, because one student is asking that do you have any idea about the current situation about cyber security field? Is it good as the other field like software development?
Yeah, Saurabh, can you go ahead?
So see, talking from job opportunities in India, and not just for cybersecurity, for everything. So if you are doing something like cybersecurity, where is very niche, uh, do at least a good project, something, or a good internship, then only you will get a chance to enter this industry. Because if you say that I'm like pass out from this college and I don't have any experience in this, nobody is going to look at your resume. So that is a must if you are. Now jobs in this sector are currently quite niche. uh, People require projects, a lot of experience in it. Direct entry, like you cannot say that I will enter into this and then learn, because the most basically how can I say, the most common job today in India is software development. Like now software development consists front end, back end, your database and everything. So even if you are applying for some niche job, yes, they are available, but basically you need to get to know like what are those companies. You need to get some experience, or you need to do some open source or some related projects to it.
One question is there: does assignment, submission, group discussion, and attendance play in vital role? I think. Okay, you can tell. Attendance
Yeah.
in US
So,
universities like in India we have.
yeah, Sharul.
Okay, Rajesh, I guess it's a good question, but it does play a very vital role. Like assignments and submissions are basically act like a test of how much you have understood of what is going in the class. And if you don't go to the class or attend the class, you won't understand what's going in the class, because here we don't have any textbooks like Nirali or TechMax which covers everything. Whatever the professor teaches in the class is in the syllabus, and whatever he does not teach is not in the syllabus. So if you don't go to the class, you don't attend the class, you don't know what's going on. So those three are very, very important over here. Regarding group discussion, I found assignment, submission, and attendance play a very important role here. So group discussions, for that I found out group discussions basically helped me in a way, so that I learned how to interact with people more instead of staying away from a group of people. Group discussion helps me to initiate conversations with people, to initiate conversations with especially those colleagues who you are not comfortable talking to. So, with respect to going and initiating some conversation, if you have doubt, asking freely about the doubt and stuff like that. So, with respect to communication, group discussions help me. And assignment, submission, attendance, yeah, they play a very, very vital role.
And regarding the assignment, I think those are like you need to do your assignments on your own. You can't copy anyone else. I think that's in IITs as well. It's the same. And it's just that you can just discuss between your friends or colleagues regarding the problem statement, but you can't like copy each other's stuffs, because plagiarism is very crucial thing here. And if you found, like, if they caught you in the plagiarism, then they might directly deport you. Such cases happened in our universities. So it's very strict that you need to do these assignments, tests on your own. And like, that's what I want to add on top of that.
I would also like to add one or two things. So actually, if you're following, like you're taking some assignment from someone and basically submitting on the last day, it's not a good thing to do, because basically you are ruining your future. Uh, if you go for any masters, plagiarism plays a very big important role. So like Aniruddh said, so everywhere it's the same. Like if you are found plagiarizing anything, and plagiarism does not mean chhap ke rakh diya, means even if you change variables or some flow, plagiarism can still be found. So try to do assignments on your own. Basically, assignments are your first step for doing coding problems, because when you go in company, if you're not done assignments on your own, you will always look for some person to help you, like how to do this. So, and GD, communication skill, is a great skill to have in company. uh, Basically in company you have to explain the same stuff to CEO who is not aware of the technical stuff, and to your colleague who is aware very much of technical stuff. So if you are great at communicating, you understand what parts to include and what not to include. And basically, imagine for yourself, you are hiring a candidate, one candidate who has technical knowledge and has good communication skill, can express himself, but other candidate who may be more technically sound but is not able to express himself. Because in interviews what happens, even if you have done a lot of coding, you know everything, interviews have a part of communication skill, like making understanding the interviewer, your thought process and everything. So yeah, it definitely plays a very important role.
Okay. According to you, which is a better option for computer science engineering student, M.Tech or MS?
Okay, let me go on first on this one also. So firstly, it depends on you. Like for me, let me tell you why I did this. So uh, during my 12th also, I was quite influenced, like I want to join an IIT. During my masters, during my third year, I saw that according to me, is MS application is not just writing GRE. It's more than that. It's how you do things starting from your second year or your third year. So I thought that from second third year I was good at technical, like I used to read some books, and whatever was taught in class I used to understand. So I thought that, oh, for me personally, cracking gate was very simple. Second thing which I saw was that basically, like Aniruddh mentioned, like there are 3 tier levels of colleges, and if you look at IITs, I would really consider them lower end of tier 1, not in between tier 1, but the best among tier 2 colleges. Like if you are going to join some tier 2 college in US, and if you think that, oh, I can do M.Tech from IIT also, then basically it's your choice, like how you feel. uh, IITs are definitely on level with them, and placements are really good. Aniruddh?
Yeah, so uh, for me, it's like I want to explore something new. I must say IITs are very good, but and those are like very tough. He said GATE is very easy, but it's not. He cracked it, and it seems like excellence, but it's very hard to crack. Like in my perspective, but GR is also difficult, and like here, the masters is like. Uh, it's like kind of M.Tech only, but something different approach towards the subject of computer science. So the research is, as you know, the big companies headquarters are in the US. So I chose this because I want to explore the world where these computer things like are in like hotspot. So you can say here we have a Silicon Valley where there are a lot of companies. So mainly I was focusing on to be into the good companies, and like I want to explore the other country as well. Then you can meet different people all around the world. So that's a good advantage. Then you can have a good culture as well. Then I travel a lot as well, so that's a plus one. But at the end of the day, it's your choice how you want to make your career. IITs are definitely very best thing to have, but those are very hard to crack as well. So it's depend on you guys what you want in your further career.
Like just one more thing. So like I said in the tips also, analyze your skill, analyze like what's the best for you. There are many other things, like few things which we might have not mentioned, which are also crucially important for deciding like whether you want to do MS or not, and all those things are really available on the internet. So like what all things you should consider. So yeah, it definitely depends on you and you only. Both the opportunities are really great. If you are given an opportunity, it's up to you how you make use of it to the best.
Okay, I think there is no question.
I think,
Okay.
yeah.
So thank you,
There is
Aniruddh.
one, ma'am. There is one question from Rajesh. He's saying, can we transfer
Yeah.
to other
Okay, yes.
universities and
Can we
change our?
transfer to other US universities and change our majors?
Yes, so you can transfer. You can transfer your credits to different universities. I personally have a very good friend who transferred from my university to one university called as University of Florida. Uh, so he transferred his credits, but again you need to apply again to the university and satisfy their requirements. But it's possible to transfer your credits to US universities. Also, I have a friend who transferred, he did M.Tech in Pune University, I guess, and then he transferred his credits to do masters here in the US. So that's also possible, transferring credits from Pune University to masters. So it's possible, yeah.
Okay. So, Saurabh, yes, anyone wants? Okay, Saurabh, Sharwari, and Aniruddha, thank you for giving nice information you have given, and you have given answers for all the questions those asked by student. So, on the behalf of IQAC and Computer Engineering Department of PVG COET, I express thanks to Saurabh Malusare, Aniruddha Nilegaounkar, as well as Sharwari Natu for giving nice information to all attendee, for giving the time to all students, and a big thank you for our management for giving valuable support to us. Also, I extend special thank to our respected principal madam Dr. KJ Kulkarni for giving permission for conducting this session. Also, I would like to thank our HOD Professor Didi Sabkar and staff for their help, and thank you for all participants to attend this session very attentively. Thank you very much. So I conclude that this session is over here. Thank you very much. And feedback link is sent in chat box. Please give feedback of this session. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am and sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am and sir, for giving us
It
this
was
opportunity.
a really marvelous session. You three are the gems for the department, and I'm quite sure that confident that our second year, third year students will get benefited from this workshop, and I hope such further workshop will be conducted for ACTB students in the future, and even will contact in this regard for your help. Your contribution is very, required for the department for the betterment of our students, basically for second year, third year, especially. So thank you again, Sharvari, Saurabh, and Aniruddha,
Thank you, sir.
for sparing
Thank you,
your
sir.
valuable time for the department. Thank you very much.
And
Thank you.
and you can call us anytime, and we would like to help students. And yeah, so it's like you can call
Sure,
anytime.
sure.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Yes.